room across from me. Oh my goodness, I thought, oh dear, how can anyone have a baby when they're so old? Oh my gosh, I just can't believe it. She's so old. She was 23.
And you were 18, right?
I was 19.
19. Oh, God. Isn't that funny? She's
And
so
one of the darling girls that was at school with me, she was in the room across the way. Wow.
So didn't they give you too much ether or something, or?
Yes, in my days, that's what they did. I didn't get any kind of a shot or anything. I got ether, and then I got sick, and I'm throwing up and stuff, and they moved me up into a private room, but the room was just across the hall from where they deliver with ether, and every time they open the door, why, I get a whiff of ether, so it keeps me sleepy all the time. But in those days, little kids could come into the hospital, and the doctors figured that one of the little kids that came in probably had the flu, and that's.
So what happened so how long did you stay in the hospital with me?
Yeah, so I was in there a whole week because I was sick,
Oh,
and I
okay.
had a fever and all that stuff. And the doctors couldn't figure out what it was, so they all got together and to think what it could have been, and that's what they came up with, that one of those little kids that came to visit the lady across,
Yeah.
they had four patients in a room, and that one across from me, there was three little kids came running down the hall and running in and everything to see her, and they figured, the doctors, that's what they came up with.
They weren't acting like they were sick, but anyway, that's funny. I mean, not funny. I'm sorry you had to be sick after you had me, but
Yeah, so there,
it's a bummer.
and
But anyway,
but I still got to feed you, but you weren't sick, but I nursed you for 6 months.
wow. No wonder I'm so fat. No. And then,
Her little fat legs, we just loved her little fat legs.
yes, and I still got my cute little fat legs.
You had them for 75 years.
Yeah, look at those cute little fat legs.
She was a ballet dancer.
Yes, I was a ballet dancer. I was. Those pictures are hilarious. I don't have any memory of doing that ballet dance, of doing that show at all. But there's pictures though. Me in the little green tutu. It's so funny.
Oh boy.
Anyway, that's so funny.
We didn't have any car. Vaughn had to hitchhike to work.
Where was he working?
He was working at a furniture store, delivering furniture.
Oh, yeah.
And
He was strong.
yep.
Hey, Doc. He's my boy.
That was you were his little princess, and he made people, before they could come to see you, he made them rinse their hands off with, gosh, what do you use to make your hands clean?
Soap? No.
No, it was outside with it.
Like Listerine. No, I mean, what's that stuff called? Anyway, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
It's strong stuff. They'd have to wash their hands with it.
he made them to wash their hands before they could come in to see you. You were his little princess.
Yes, of course. That was so funny. And then you lived in that little tiny room or something, that little apartment.
We were at Nanny and Grandpa's house. We were living there for the first
I lived
month.
at Nanny and Grandpa's house when I first came home.
Yes, that's where
Wow, I didn't know that.
No, we didn't have any place to live yet.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. So I lived at that house after Nanny and Grandpa died, and when I was born.
Yes.
And then when I had Andrea, this is only 17 years later, I had Andrea, and I totally changed Grandpa's bedroom into Andrea's bedroom and painted it lime green with green carpet and yellow furniture and flowers on the wall, and it was so cute. But isn't that funny? I did not know that. So anyway, okay.
75 years ago.
I know.
And we got a little apartment because he was still in the Coast Guard, and when one Coast Guard person is moving off to another place, they have another Coast Guard person to just rent the place that they lived in.
Okay.
Just because, and then when we left that apartment, we rented it to another guy that was in the Coast Guard.
So, but before you had me, you were in New York.
Yes, because he was in the Coast Guard. He was stationed in New York on a ship called the Tuckahoe.
The Tuckahoe. The Tuckahoe. That's where the hose went.
Oh, it could have been. Tuck those
Or
hoses
they used to go F-a-hole.
tuck those holes in.
But anyway, but you had to come back on an airplane, one of those army airplanes.
We didn't want any child of ours to have to go through life saying they were born in New York. So I came back to California before you were born.
But you had to go on that big plane with the propellers and everything.
And to go
with the rain and the propellers, and like in the movies.
to come back to California, why we didn't have money to take a commercial airplane. We took one that was from the service, a service plane, and it had propellers and just a couple of seats because it it was an army plane, and so the guy sitting next to me had a big fat book that said psychology, and he threw up the whole way, and I'm pregnant with Christy before she's born. And in those days, they're not able to tell what you have, a boy or a girl. They don't know till you're born what you have. So this guy is sitting next to me. I'm pregnant, and he's throwing up the whole trip. And he doesn't throw up. He throws up with his head back. And he is sitting next to me, and I'm pregnant.
Oh, God.
And he kept doing it with his head back. If he does that one more time, I'm going to punch him out. And he just kept, I mean, if you're going to throw up, just throw up. Don't go with your head way back. Oh, what a stupid guy. And he's got a book in his lap that says psychiatry. Oh, my gosh. I don't think I even said hello or goodbye to him. Oh, my gosh.
That was too funny.
I was carrying a little baby, and it turned out to be little Christy. And she was going to be named Christopher if it was a boy, and Christine if it was a girl. So she ended up being, instead of being born in the year 49, she was born in the year 50 because she was longer. And not only that, it was an extra year.
Right, so I was in almost exactly in the middle of the century, January 7th, 1950. But I was supposed to be born on Christmas, but then I was born on the Eastern Orthodox Christmas, January 7th. So yeah. I was born on the Christmas.
So you were my little girl.
I was your little girl. Hey, Doc, right? He's my boy. I wish Lulu'd come in here, get a movie of her. There she is. Okay, well, I'm going to go get some coffee. I'll take back your cup. Say goodbye.
Bye-bye for now. We have more things to do.